All right, guys, it is me, Crimson 60620, and we're just doing a broadcast today. And let's get this show started Sunday morning, and it's fucking time for the intro. Alright, let's turn on some music and let's have some motherfucking fun. Turn it down. Nope, not that one. Nope. I am fucking up this morning. There we go. Hope you guys can still hear the music. Alright, so it is fucking Sunday. Sunday is usually my social media day where I actually work on social media in promoting my motherfucking drawing. The fuck? My drawing. I've been so focused on my fucking drawing that I haven't been updating my Patreons, which I have none. And why do I have a Patreon page? Just for actually just gaming equipment. There are, and this is kind of one of the things that I it's one of those things that are on my back burner to do, but I just haven't. I gotta actually get the funds to do it, and I actually have to get the different things that I want to do. I really want this fucking capture card, and I recently had a big ass hole blew in my budget, my recurring budget, so I kind of lost out on being able to get it when I needed to get it. But I'm somebody who likes fucking art in all the different ways and different forms. It's just for me. And I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I put this up there. Give me a second, guys. Alright, yeah. So, I'm somebody who likes art, and I like the different forms of art that you can actually see and actually show. And the fucked up part about it is, gaming is in my wheelhouse. I actually like gaming, and you guys can see from the videos that I've had on my channel, I have a lot of gaming videos. I love PlayStation 1 era Squaresoft games. And these are games where they fucking experimented, and some of them, yes, were re-releases from the Super Nintendo, but fucking Chrono Trigger, that was an awesome game. You had a game where everybody around the protagonist talked in monologue and dialogue, but the protagonist, and he was more of a plot device to get from one point to the next, and it was more of a hey, do this, hey, do this, hey, do this, and it wasn't that he was fucking stupid, but it was just like, we're gonna hold your hand through this game, and it was pretty fun. Another game that I have, Xenosaga, is another way, and I don't know, I have that one as a Patreon, and basically I just have it there so I can I don't know, I wanted to actually use that as more of my gaming centralized stuff. And of course, I've been trying to actually produce more of my DeviantArt work. Work on my DeviantArt page for my artwork. It's coming up where hopefully I can actually do my local libraries fucking local artist thing, and not hopefully, I'm gonna do it. I just want to make sure that I have, I don't know, I'm still trying to choose the one I'm gonna put up. If I'm gonna work on one more piece, it's just now September. I usually have to the end of the month, the end of September, to actually do something. And it's one of those things where, I don't know, if I concept something, if I to concept something to then actually do skeletal work and then a rough draft on it, it's one of those things where it does take some time, but it doesn't I know my process, and with doing my process, I know what it will take. I know some of the steps it will take. It may take me a little bit of time to get the materials that I need. Like, for instance, for the next concept idea that I really want to do, I will need some. I'll need a couple of different markers, but it's something that I can work on. So yeah, that's one of the things. And like I said, so Sunday is my social media day, but I've been having fun this weekend. It's some outside of YouTube stuff that I've been doing, and it's some great YouTube stuff that I've been doing. I actually created a new playlist, one where I just talk with people about just certain shit. I added the Galactic Panda interview that I had a few months back. I had a great interview with Shadow Heathens. Subscribe to his channel. It's actually pretty good. Subscribe to his channel. He has some great conversations. He released this book, which I'm almost through. It's actually a good read. You can just check out the descriptions about. You can check out the last videos and some of this. The amazing amount of world building that a lot of good authors do, where they build the world, and even if they don't put it in the book, or if they don't put it in how it originally it's in the main text, it's still there. It's still a conversation they had, and Tolkien did this. He was probably one of the only writers to write it down, from what I know. Now, my knowledge is actually lacking in that, but Tolkien actually created a whole ethos, mythos for his world, and then he wrote the books. And you find with a lot of good authors that have a good story, either they borrow from somebody's history of that world, or they create one. So it's very little inconsistencies in why things happen. So, and I say all of this because I'm off on a tangent, because, you can just hear that conversation that we were having. It's like he has the world built up, and yes, it may come out in later books, but to have a concept of how a world would be, it's amazing. I find myself doing it with my art too. Like, there are some characters that I haven't released, that I haven't done, but I've already built up some of the stories, some of the mythos, and you can actually see it in some of the way that they carry themselves, or you have to almost, especially with drawing, you almost have to create this character. You have to actually display what the character is actually doing and what the character is actually showing, because in the end, it helps we've all seen people that draw things that were just flat, and we've all seen people that write things that just fall flat. And maybe it's my perfectionism, attention to detail. I'm not even going to say I'm a perfectionist. It's my attention to details that you actually have that I have when I'm trying to make a character, when I'm trying to design a character, where I just want to make how that character acts. It's part of that character acts as part of the drawing, just to show some characteristics. I think anime has spoiled me on that, making me have a characteristic when I see drawings. Now, or art, whatever. Also had a wonderful conversation with Sock Account last night. We kind of went through a George Carlin video. Again, it's fun having those conversations, and if I have more conversations, I'm gonna give them their own playlists. It's funny because originally when I got into YouTube, and it's like one of the first videos that I got into YouTube and actually did, I started doing YouTube videos because I wanted to actually just do crazy shit. Like, I released a YouTube video doing one of my poems, actually reading one of my poems out loud, because when I was 16, I wouldn't say edgy, I would say, unfortunately, I would say more of a romantic, and in the negative connotation of that word. I was a romantic, and that shit, like, it disgusts me now to be even thinking about that I was a romantic. But I realized I wrote, and when I wrote my poetry, it was more of, I followed the old basic rule: poetry is meant to be read aloud versus just read. There are certain things, and I'm not gonna lie, I rhymed like a motherfucker in my poems, but they were always meant to be read aloud. And so some of the things that you will see on the page, some of the things that you will read to yourself, doesn't make sense unless you're reading it as a vocal shit. If you're reading it vocally in your mind, you actually get why they rhyme. So that was one of the first YouTube videos that I made, and I made some, and then I made some videos with Minecraft, Warframe, and shit, man. The justification for the Minecraft videos was I wanted to show people how I build shit, and I think that's what drives me to do YouTube. That's what drives me to do art, is that I do art, I do YouTube, I used to write just to show my opinions, to actually get out my opinions. Not to say that I'm always right, which, you know, I am always right. Not to show that I have the best way of doing things. No, I would posit that I don't have the best way of doing things. I would posit that I have a way of doing things that are weird and crazy as shit. However, they work for me. And if you do it my way, the way that I do it, they may work for you. Just like a random gameplay video that I did. It was a Just Cause 3 video. And so it's in Just Cause 3. It's a funny thing where it's called reeling it in. You have to reel in for so long. And so what I did was I fucking came up. I wanted to reach the top point in Just Cause 3's game. And so what I did was I got a jet, flew my jet from the mountain. Flew my jet on the mountain, and then I jumped out. And then when I realized that I can jump out and then reel myself in, I got this crazy ass, not feat, but leaderboard tactic where I was reeling myself in from miles away because of just the way that I did it. And so that also kind of reinforced me, just showing people how I do shit. Now, I'm not one to just say do it my way because I said so. I kind of hate that shit. But do it my way because it may be interesting, it may be fun. And that, I think that's one of the reasons why I started doing this channel. Well, not the one of the reasons. That's the reason why this channel has changed the way it has and expanded the way it has. Not because do it my way or the highway. It's more do it just look at the way I'm doing it. That's why I do the fucking art the way that I do. I take this motherfucking camera, this motherfucking PlayStation 4 camera, this motherfucking PlayStation 4 app, the Playroom app, and just show, not that I have the best way, but that I have a way that some people may not have thought about. As an artist, I used to think it was cheating to actually have a trace table, but because other people says, well, yeah, that's kind of the way I do it too, I realized that certain shit out there, maybe your way helps other people, and that's what I want to do. Not that, you know, certain people can find wisdom from the way I do things or what I say. God, if you find the wisdom from me, then I pray to I pray to whoever may be listening to help you, because I am not one to find wisdom from. I'm one to find sarcasm, sick, twisted senses of humor from. But wisdom, nah. But yeah, I'm actually doing this hangout Sunday morning because I'm pretty much been woke. Made sure I straighten up my home a little bit. In a while, I'm actually gonna go do some things outside of YouTube. However, I am coming back, and I've been promised you guys for the longest time. I may start over with doing a new game plus. Now, one of the things that I do want to actually say, my new game pluses that I do, I like to actually do them on my Twitch channel. However, I'm gonna keep it like that. If I do gameplay, I'm gonna do mostly the new game pluses on my Twitch channel. But. Okay, so here's the thing. If you can see it, yeah, focus, yeah, woohoo! I have this, the code I have, and I'm actually looking to. And there's no new games that I can adequately afford right now that I want to actually get out. But I do have a $10 PlayStation Plus card that I am actually going to be giving out. Now, how am I going to be giving this out? Well, if you subscribe to my Twitch channel, and if you help me reach 50 followers, 50 followers, what I would eventually do, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to actually have that $10 gift card, and I'm gonna put it in an actual. I'm gonna actually put it in. I'm gonna get a random generator, and I'm gonna actually give it to one of my new followers starting today on my Twitch channel. Now, it's not a bribe. I don't want to think people to think it's a bribe, but I want to say it's, if you give me the 50 followers, then at that particular point, we're gonna be issuing that giveaway. I may do some of the same things when I get to a certain amount of, when I want to see about my YouTube channel, as far as like giving away artwork, reprints of some of the things that I have. But it's a thank you to people who's watched. I don't know. It's just one of those things where the best way to get people hooked is the first hit is for free. I'm not gonna lie. You give somebody you give them that good shit the first time, and they coming back for more. And I want to actually get more of my art out there. So it's just one of those things where I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time I am. That's the great thing about me signing up with putting my art on DeviantArt. I can actually give prints, and it lowers the cost that my fans can actually get some of my artwork on, and it allows me to if one person likes something, they can actually get it and share it. Not everybody can have a wall full of art like I have in the back of me. Anyway, this is, I don't know, shit. I think I'm out of topics. Oh yeah, the picture. Picture. So, let's have this discussion. So, I put this post up probably a few days ago on a couple of Facebook groups. And what I've been doing is watching a couple of backlogs of Scholar Fiction Channel. He had me in a hangout a couple of weeks ago, and I've been watching a few backlogs of his channel. And one of the things that I see a lot of apologetics around is, well, we don't know the mind of God. And this is kind of one of the things that kind of led me into more of a deistic mind view, is because you look around the world, and if it was an excuse that demons or evil spirits are the reason why we suffer, it would be more comforting. But when we look at some of the horrible things that humans do to other humans, the shit is just, why? Like, fucking why? Why do you feel that you need to just use tyrannical things to get what you want or step on people? I'm sorry, I can't. And for people that say that, you know, it's God's will for things to happen, what type of fucking moral monster are you? Not only that, what type of just person that would actually just, I don't know. It's fucking, it pisses me off. Instead of taking the time to say, you know, we treat ourselves the way we are. The world is because of what we make it. It's, God, it's fucking, it's one of those things where it's just like, how dare you claim that you have moral superiority when you're okay with people being slaughtered just for no reason? Why? Well, it's God's will. But if it was a human doing it, it would be repugnant. And a lot of this shit for like atrocities that you see in the Bible, a lot of it is because he's God, and it just turns into a might makes right argument. And I don't get that, and I don't know. I put this up knowing that I was going to talk about it, knowing that it's going to kind of piss me off how people respond to certain shit, and I still did it. I still did it. I shouldn't have did it, but I still did it. But that's a conversation for another time. Football season is coming up, or is very close, and I'm a Bears fan. Oh Lord, help me. But I actually found that I don't watch football as much as I used to. I used to love the shit out of football, and I stopped watching it a few years ago. Not because, you know, oh my God, I'm gonna boycott it because these people are expressing their opinion, or I'm gonna boycott it because people are mad because people are expressing their opinion. I don't watch football for one specific reason. I value intelligence in thought. And the reason why is that important? Because when you have people that are consciously playing a game that will cause you to die early from CTE, at that point, I just can't watch the sport anymore. And it's not that I'm sitting in high judgment of the people who play it, who feel that they have to play it, feel that that's the only way that they can actually make it through in life, or that's the skill that they have. I get it. I totally get it. I work a fucking 9 to 5 in order to make sure that I have a moderately decent life. So I get it. It's what you're skilled with, is what you're gifted with, is what your talent is. But I can't in good conscience watch football anymore, because in the end, people are fucking hurting themselves just for my sport. Nah, I can't. If it wasn't known to actually show that people were actually getting hurt to play the game, it can be for any amount of time. It's determined that even people who just started playing are experiencing this, and it's one of those things where it's just like, why though? Like, what would make you play this game, especially after everything that they come out with, where if you're playing for the NFL for like 3 or 4 seasons, you're still coming out with that greater risk of damage? I don't get it. And I know here's the thing, and there are certain shit that I really comprehend and understand. I'm not exactly a healthy weight like I want to be. I work out all the time, but I'm not the exact healthy weight that I want to be. And I get it. I eat shitty food all day. But it's one of those things where this is different. Yes, heart disease can actually affect your mental capabilities, but god damn, if I knew some shit that I was eating that was going to automatically make me stupid, I wouldn't eat that. I value my cognitions, and maybe that's me just being I can't even say it's me being elite, because I give up the fact that I do not know everything. Now, I gave that power up when I became mortal. But anyway, I give up the fact that I don't know everything. And I give up the fact that it's, there are certain shit that I can't comprehend astrophysics on an in-depth level. I can actually comprehend some of the shit, and it's actually fun what we do know that can be translated to layman. But I give up that fact that I don't know every fucking thing. But I want to be able to have that curiosity. I want to be able to have that. I know I have the ability to question. I have the ability to be curious. And I just can't watch a sport that turns people into, to Terry Bradshaw. That motherfucker's stupid. But anyway, guys, I've been droning on for long enough. So, time for the normal spiel. One, it's a 3-day weekend, so you may get one of these, may get a long video on tomorrow. Yeah, it's a fucking 3-day weekend. Fuck it, yes! 3-day weekend. So, one, DeviantArt. Okay. What about the NWO? What NWO are you talking about? I don't like answering vague questions. What NWO are we talking about? I won't go into the end spiel until okay. What about the NWO? That's what I'm asking. What NWO? Please tell me what NWO there is. Come on, Tyrant. What NWO? All right, so let's. If you want to have a conversation about it, we can have a conversation. Send me a message on. Okay. Great. We can have a conversation about the New World Order. It doesn't exist like you think it does. Because any group that's powerful enough to run the world. No, that's fine. Any group that's powerful enough to run the world will realize it's not worth running. It just makes more sense. If you're smart enough, if you're maniacal enough to fucking run the world, you realize it's not worth running. And I'm sorry, I don't have any evidence of a New World Order. I can say this. People, I want to just push this whole idea out there. Never attribute malice, which can easily be attributed to stupidity, and for my addition, cowardice agreed. I really don't believe there are people who feel that they are evil. I actually don't believe there are people that feel as if they are generally more superior than other people. They may have been indoctrinated into a belief that, yeah, you're top of the class, but in reality, let's use this. I do Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta actually has been told since birth that he's an insane elite. However, he realized that he was not an elite. And he always had a weakness in him. Now, throughout the course of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, when he realized his weakness, he kind of switched. And even when he was at the pinnacle, it was, I always have to be stronger, or I have to have more power. And if you're strong enough to rule the world, you get bored easy. It's, I have this, I have that. You never go on a, I'm going to kill them all. Because it's worthless to say, I'm going to kill them all. That whole idea of New World Order is the product of movies that we've watched. We've watched too much James Bond or Spectre or some of the other shit. Nobody is that maniacal to want to rule the world. There are no evil people like that in groups. There are one or two, and I'm not gonna say that. There are one or two, but nobody is just that maniacal. It just costs too much. It costs too much to be that maniacal. It takes too much energy, too much thought, too much intelligence to be that maniacal. And even if you are that maniacal, there's no cabal. There is one leader, and then there are people beneath them that are following them out of terror.
Sorry, brother, you're not awake.
Okay, I don't want to be awake, because if I'm awake to a conspiracy theory that much where everybody's out to get me, no, I'm a wolf, Crimson Wolf. But yeah, if you have to be in a select few group of people that know the truth, what does that say about you? And if you're somebody who actually has to say, well, everybody else is sheep and everybody else are following the corporate line, the corporate lie, it's going back to the conversation that I actually had with Sokka yesterday. I wouldn't even say corporations are evil. I would say the people that you report to in a lot of situations don't like to be questioned. I built myself, my self-worth, my self-image on being superior. When in reality, you're no better off than what the people that are under you are. So, I don't get it. I don't get where I have to be in a select few of people. Yeah, and maybe I segregate myself as saying that I like to question shit and most people don't question. But that's not in the sense where they're lesser than me. It's not in the sense where I look down on them. No, in a sense where I question, please you question. Well, I didn't say that shit right. But you should also question. Even if it's something I agree with, I always question why I agree with it. Not to the sense where, oh, that... Oh, okay, so where is it being? Where's your evidence? Please tell me your evidence. If you can tell me your evidence, I will be. I will look at your evidence.
My father owns a big business. People like you are sheep.
Okay, so with your father owning a big business, tell me something. Is he evil?
Filed over Group CFR-CNP.
What benefit?
Yes.
So if he's evil and he's doing shit that's illegal, report him. Fixes the problem. That fixes the problem. Please help me out. I know you're on PS4. I'm not.
I'm not talking about your cops.
See, here's the thing, and this is a fun. Oh, so you're being evil as well because you're saying that I understand that somebody else is doing wrong and evil, but now it's an investment in for me to let it go. So what makes you any better than what he's doing? Because you're accepting it. Fuck, speak out. Speak out to him. Address him. See, evil wins when good men do nothing. And yeah, no. If your father is evil, say something about it. Do something, because everything has a cost. Either you're paying the cost of supporting evil, or you pay the cost of losing because you stand up to evil. Makes sense to me. See, funny thing is, I would rather stand on a principle that may cause me a little bit. I don't. I wouldn't. I don't tie my value to wealth. I don't tie my value to much of what anybody says about me, other than he didn't get censored. People just stopped supporting his work with money. That's not censorship. He can still say whatever he wants. Fuck, monetization or removal of monetization is not censorship. Alex Jones is just pissed because he now has to pay for the shit that he says. Actions have consequences. Everything has a cost. He can go to his InfoWars site and actually have all of the podcasts that he wants. People just aren't paying him for it. That's not censorship. That's just not supporting a quote-unquote artist. His words, not mine. And he's not a good man. He's an advocate for hate. I'm sorry. Even if I don't like somebody's opinion, even if I don't like somebody's words or their conversations, when you actively say a certain amount of people are drinking your kid's blood or are horrible, but he's not shut up. He has his InfoWars site. Nobody shut him up. I'm trying to understand this. They took him off his platform, their platform, which you say corporations are evil, or there's a cabal of people that want to rule the world, but he preaches their doctrine. He preaches their doctrine of never let the government control them. There is going to be a vacuum if there's no government to actually regulate shit. We have corporations, and corporations are actively encouraged by law to make as much money as they can. I would rather have a government that can at least have some accountability to me to make some decisions, not all, but some decisions, versus a corporation who...
Hi from Russia.
Oh, what's up, man? I would rather have a corporation, I'd rather have a government that has some accountability to me than a corporation that has no accountability.
Really shows you how controlling you're talking. So you're one of them people who don't fight wars for your country?
Oh, no, I definitely would not fight a war, because I'm morally opposed to war, because I feel that no argument is worth me taking somebody's life. A lot of wars are just fought over ideology, and it's not really worth it. Now, even I have issues with self-defense, because am not a person that wants to take a life. If I can stop somebody without taking a life, that's just me. And my views of it, I don't want to impose it on somebody because that's just tyrannical. But again, this is a longer conversation, and I'm willing to have these longer conversations. I can actually even set up a hangout and we can have these conversations. That's what I was talking about earlier in this video. So yeah, no, have no problems having those conversations. But I warn you, every one of the things that I always have for a conversation.
You're a God-loving person, right?
I'm a deist.
Bloodlines run both sides of the war.
I'm a deist, and there's no real elite bloodlines. Even when that was a real big thing, it was just a elite bloodline. There are no such thing as elite bloodlines. In reality, there is elite inbreeding, but that's just another thing. Either way it goes, don't need to be scared. Why do I need to be scared? In the end, we have one life, and once it's over, it's over. You can make peace with that fact, or you can be scared shitless and think that everything around the corner is gonna get you. I'd rather not be scared shitless. I would rather make sure that I take the time to question shit. But the whole conspiracy theory thing, yeah, I have a hard time believing. What research? What evidence? I want evidence instead of these assertions. Please give me more evidence, because the research and the things that I've read actually seem like, fuck, there are coincidences. There are coincidences. There are shit that just happens. Yeah. Didn't say anybody was scared shitless. I just said I would rather not be scared shitless. I like to have the conversation where this is fun. This is fun. So a lot of people that say guns don't kill people, people kill people, don't realize how much of a bastardization of the phrase that it actually is. There was Seneca, one of the movements of Stoicism. He actually came out with the phrase. It's not the sword that kills the person, but the man behind it. And he actually had some great sayings. You desire as gods, but fear as mortals. And one of the phrases that it's probably apocryphal, but it was a fun story. When Nero came to power, he said, "Kill yourself." Well, he said, "You're gonna die." And Seneca actually had a phrase: "When I go on the ocean, I choose what ship I go on. When I live in a house, I choose my house. But when I leave." When I leave this world, I'm going to choose how. And it was kind of a pretty sad but humorous fate when they finally did come to get him. So Nero said, or I think that was Nero, says, "You're going to die." When the soldiers came to get him, his wife and his kids are all crying and bawling and all that other good shit. And then eventually he says, "Why weep over parts of life when the whole thing deserves tears?" And he, instead of letting the guards kill him, he killed himself. And it was poetic. And I choose not to live in fear of death. No, I don't want to fucking suffer. Fuck, who wants to fucking suffer except for people that weirdly get turned on about it? But I don't fear death. I take life day by day. And I don't need to be scared of some big boogeyman monster in the corner that may or may not control me. Okay. Is it a published book? Is it a published book? That would be interesting. So, Tyrant.
Bilderberg is my surname.
Tyrant, I want to have this conversation with you. I want to actually have a conversation like that with you, Tyrant, and just see what's going on, because that seems to be interesting, to say the least. Right now, it's about it's 9 o'clock. I have to go handle some business outside of YouTube, and hopefully I can get me a bike ride in today. Let's go down the usual spiel. So, first, visit my DeviantArt page, Crimson60620, and on DeviantArt, and also go ahead and visit my Patreon if you want to help support. And as far as this go, let's go ahead and put this out there. Thank everybody who's watched today, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.
Indulging bath in champagne. Bilderberg. Thanks, man.